Welcome back to another episode of Adoptions from the Heart TV. I'm your host, Amanda Aliberti. Today we're going to be sitting down with Jenna, who's going to be talking with Rebekah a little bit about connected parenting and the idea of attachment and positive discipline. Now let's turn to Jenna and Rebekah.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about connected parenting. These are tools that I learned through The Connected Child by Dr. Karen Purvis and The Whole Brain Child by Dr. Dan Siegel. These really talk about how to build a child's brain and also focus on building attachment with parents while doing discipline.
Okay, so why don't you start by telling us why you think it's important to think of attachment when disciplining?
So I think we have to start at why we do discipline. A lot of times we're trying to change negative behaviors, but if we also think the priority is establishing a connected relationship between a parent and child and let that be the umbrella for how you discipline, then that'll be really transformative. So instead of, it's bedtime and I want to have the room cleaned up before bed, if that's your goal, or is it I want to go to bed knowing we had a connected moment before bedtime, and reshaping why we do things, why are we getting in trouble here, what's going on, then that will help reorganize your priorities for discipline.
Okay. So what are some connected ways to discipline?
So I think starting with, is there an unmet need? Does your child is it hungry, angry, lonely, hurt? Is it, tired? And starting from there, is there an unmet need and that's why they're reacting? So then connecting first and figuring out, well, how can I help you? And just think like as an adult, if you're, hungry, angry, tired, and you're upset and someone just says, stop that, or they threaten to spank you or something, then you'd be like, excuse me, that doesn't help you get connected. But if you then instead meet eye level and you touch the shoulder and you say, how can I help you? What's going on? Then they feel connected, like, oh, you're going to meet my need. You hear me, you feel me, you're valuing me. So then meeting there, starting with a connection and then going from there. And, there's different ways you can do that. So traditionally, a lot of people, they'll use timeout as a behavior modification, but that sends a message of, you did something wrong, I'm sending you away from me. So connected parenting would say, time in, or we're gonna do this together. So something happened, there needs to be a consequence, so we're gonna sit here together and have a moment for maybe mom and dad to get a moment to rebreathe, but then, let's refocus and then go together. So instead of distancing principles where there's shame involved, I'm gonna send you away because you did this, or I'm gonna speak this identity over you, you're a bad kid, I don't like it when you do this. Instead, leveling it at the behavior to where it's like, when you do this, it makes me feel this, or, really shaping what the message is that you're sending, then it helps build attachment and connection instead. So there's time in, there's do-overs, giving them the chance to rewire their brain. Like if you want them to come in and hang their backpack up every day, and instead they come in and they throw it, and you say, let's try that again, let's do it over, then they get the chance to do it again instead of just getting a punishment. Instead of going, well, I'm gonna give you a consequence for not hanging it up. Why don't you give them the chance to do it again? And maybe you do it together. Let's walk through the process and hang it up together. So it builds a connecting principle and gives them the chance to do it over, which again, is the goal just I want you to behave exactly how I want you to behave, or is it I want you to have a connection? So really reshaping just the whole viewpoint.
That's really great.
Thanks so much, ladies, for talking about another resource that adopting families can use in their parenting. If you think of any topics that you would like us to discuss, please comment below. Thanks so much and tune in next week.